Definitely want to include that. Now, is it better than the apple pie breakfast bake? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to my kitchen where we make anabolic goodness. We are diving back into Coach Greg's Ultimate Anabolic Cookbook 2.0, and today we're going to be doing the banana Nutella French toast roll-ups. These look great. It's a different take on the classic anabolic French toast. A few more ingredients, a little bit more prep time, but I think it's still going to be quick and it's still going to be delicious. So let's get right to it by looking at the ingredients. Here we go. First up, we're going to go over the filling ingredients. We have a banana, chocolate peanut butter protein powder, cocoa powder, very itty bitty tiny bit of water. For the French toast part, we have 2 slices of regular bread, egg white, ground cinnamon, Splenda, vanilla extract, and for the topping we have PB2 powdered peanut butter, 40 grams of strawberries, and the French toast necessity sugar-free syrup. We're gonna get started on our filling first, so what you need is 30 grams of banana. Now, as you can see here, what I ended up doing was slicing up the banana, cutting it into small pieces, and then I mashed it with a spoon. I think this will just be better to have it mix in with the mixture than as opposed to having it sliced and putting it on top. So I'm not sure how dipping banana into egg white and then cooking would go. I think the filling might be much better. Plus then it will all be incorporated with the rest of the filling, which we're gonna see next. So very easy to do. The riper the banana, the easier it is to mash it up. Second part going into the filling is 8 grams of chocolate peanut butter protein powder. Drop that in. Pre-weighed, by the way. Then we need 2.5 grams of cocoa powder. Went a little over there, a little bit out, probably about 2.5, no 0.5 on the scale, but I'm not worried about this stuff. I think it's still gonna be fine. And the last ingredient that we need for this to mix it all up is gonna be some water. We are not gonna put all of this in, about 1 tablespoon or 15 milliliters of water. I never measure the water out. I know you guys would like me to, so I can tell you exactly how much to use, but honestly, it's probably gonna depend on your protein powder. So I would say just add a little bit at a time until you get the right consistency. Again, I recommend mixing it up even when you think you don't have enough. If it's dry at first, that's fine. You can always add more. You cannot take any out. Keep in mind, this is a filling, so you're gonna have to spread this onto the toast. So when you're thinking of the consistency that you don't want it to be too soupy or it's all gonna leak through the bread, or God forbid, it's not even gonna make it onto the bread because the texture is gonna be so bad and so liquidy. And this is what you probably wanna look for here, guys. You wanna look for this type of consistency. It's gonna spread easily. It's not gonna leak all over the place. I'd say it's a little bit more liquidy than say peanut butter, but it's gonna be, I think, the right consistency for what we're looking to do today. Okay, then we have our 2 slices of bread here. So a regular slice of bread probably can't roll that up. So what you have to do is it's decision time. Option 1 is that you can spread the mixture on top of the bread, and then you could add the sliced banana if you didn't mash it up like I did. Then what you would do after that is just kind of fold it up and close it like a burrito. We're gonna go with option 2 where we flatten the bread and then we're gonna put our spread on there and then roll it up. All right, let's give it a try here. You just kind of mash down the sides of the crust, flatten out the center, and push it out. So you're pushing down and out. Crust is the hardest part to flatten out, as you can imagine. May even try cutting the crust off of this, but we're gonna follow the recipe as close as we can today. If you keep going and working it around, eventually it does flatten out. And you get something like that that's thinner than it looks on camera. So I'll show you the other one that we're about to do. See, definitely a difference in thickness, especially if you felt the center, you would know. It's gonna be much easier to roll up flattened out like this. All right, I'm gonna do this to the other one, and then we're gonna add on our filling. All right, the next step we wanna do is go back to our filling and put this onto the slices of bread. So we're gonna scoop this on top. Make sure we get an even distribution. And what you can do is pick up the slice of bread. You could actually use your spoon to spread the filling around. Pretty much all of our filling. Might have a little bit left in the bowl that we can scrape down, or you can always just do one of those. All right, guys, and we are rolling these up today. So we'll grab one end, very gently, very carefully, just kind of roll it up. Filling actually allows it to stick, and this is a lot of filling. Then you just do the same thing to the other one. You roll it up. And there you have it. Next up, we have our French toast base that we're gonna do. So we of course have the 2 slices of bread already rolled up and ready to go. Next, we're gonna use 120 grams of egg whites, measuring it out of course. Oh, see, we did go a little over. Not lying to you guys. If I go over, I'm honest. If I'm not on the money, I'll fix it. There we go, 120. On the money. Next up, we're putting in our 2 packets of Splenda. Gotta have sweetener with your anabolic French toast, that's for sure. Next up, we need half a teaspoon of cinnamon. Not really worried about weighing the cinnamon. It doesn't really add anything in terms of calories or macros. It's just a spice, so we're gonna toss it in. Half a teaspoon going in. Next, we need our vanilla extract. For this, we need 1/4 of a teaspoon. So what we can do is actually use the cap and fill it up about halfway, and I think that'll be close enough. Let's not make our life harder. Half a cap full, going in. Done. Hey, look, a whisk. Why don't we whisk it all together? Look at that. Done. All whisked up. So we have our mixture ready to go. So the next thing you want to do now is spray a pan that you would cook French toast on with some nonstick. Let that heat up over medium heat. And then once that's good and warmed up, we're going to go on to the next step. And when your pan is heated up and ready to go, what you're going to do is going to take your roll-ups and we're going to submerge them into the mixture. Have them sitting in there now, so I'm just gonna kind of move it around. If you use a smaller bowl, you could probably actually submerge them, but you just want them all to absorb. So we're just gonna turn them through our mixture here. It should absorb up all that anabolic goodness on its own, but we wanna make sure as soon as they're absorbed that we put them right onto the pan. And we are there, they are fully soaked up. We're gonna transfer these over to the pan right away. Our extra right over the top, like we would if we were making regular anabolic French toast. You don't wanna waste any of that protein goodness. And we'll just fold it over if we have to, right on top of the toast. Once these are done cooking up, we're gonna go on and make our topping, which is super simple. We're gonna give these a taste test. All right, let's cook these. Just fold it over all the egg white goodness. If they're gonna taste half as good as they're smelling right now, we're in for another treat. All right, let's let these finish cooking up and then it's on to our topping and taste test. This was our final product here and we are going to give them a try right now. All right guys, so we got our 2 roll-ups here ready to go. I did the topping after, so what the topping is 3 grams of PB2 powder mixed in with even less water than last time, and then you top it with some strawberries. So that's already on there, ready to go, and it's time for our taste test. And this, I think, is definitely gonna be a fork and knife kind of meal. So we got our knife, we got our fork, time to cut into it and give it a try. Let's see. I'm gonna go with the best looking one first, see how that tastes. Not gonna make a difference, but what the heck. Check that out there. A little bit of everything in that bite. Here we go, let's try it. Wow, okay, so obviously it's Nutella, which is a little take on Nutella. And this is pretty close, actually, I would say. It doesn't taste just like it, of course, because there isn't 1,000 grams of sugar in it. But the way it all comes together with the PB2 powder, the strawberries, and the chocolate peanut butter protein, pretty close, I would say. The filling is just like, there's so much of it. And for the macros on it, it's an insane amount that you get to eat, per usual, with all of Coach Greg's recipes. You know, the strawberries work really well, too, with the filling and the topping. Very good mixture of flavors. Everything kind of comes out on its own when you bite into it. You taste the filling and then you taste the topping along with the strawberry. It's like a perfect match. If you're looking to change up your regular anabolic French toast, it's just a couple more steps. It really doesn't take that long. If you're looking for a different flavor that's quick, this is the way to go. Definitely. Now, is it better than the apple pie breakfast bake? No, nothing is. Probably nothing will be. But this is a great way to change it up, get some different flavors in. I'll flash the macros up here so you guys can see exactly what's in these. This is a winner right here. Yeah, nice and simple, good flavor. One of them's already gone, going super fast through this, so it must taste good. You guys should try this one. If you do, let me know in the comments. If you like Nutella, if you're missing Nutella because you just started on a new diet, this is something that can probably help satisfy that craving for sure. The strawberries definitely add a little bit more volume for very little calories, which is great. So I suppose we should try some with some sugar-free syrup too. So we'll toss a little bit of this on the second piece and see how it tastes. Honestly, after the first couple bites, didn't even notice it wasn't there, but it's in the recipe. Coach Greg recommends it. Might as well try it. Let's do one bite here. Probably more than one bite, but for you it'll be one bite with the syrup. Here we go. Strawberry. As expected, sugar-free syrup intensifies the sweetness, gives it one more flavor, all works very well together. Definitely want to include that. You try a little bit without, let me know what you think, and then you try it with the syrup. I think you're gonna tell me that it's even better with the syrup, but you tell me. Coach Greg nailed another one here. 8.2 out of 10, done. So good. All right, one more bite, then I gotta get going. The last bite's always the worst bite because then it's over, but I still got a little more left I'll probably eat off camera. All right, here we go, last one. All right guys, if you try this, let me know. Very simple recipe. Looking to change up your anabolic French toast. Definitely a good option here. Guess that's it. See you in the next one. Bye.
Guys, I almost forgot. Buy his frickin' cookbook, would you?